Ice Age 6 is coming, and this time it's returning to theaters. At D23 Brazil, they announced the release year for the film's big screen debut. Stick around until the end because this video is for all Ice Age fans. But you might be wondering, will it look like the Bach movie with graphics we didn't really like? Let's dive in as I share everything with you in this video. Let's go! Welcome to Cine lovers. We're living in an era of sequels in animation. It's the era of continuations, and Ice Age is no exception. We're getting a 6th movie. If we count the Bach spin-off, that's 7. But without that, it's officially Ice Age 6. The announcement at D23 Brazil kicked off with Scrat and Baby Scrat on a giant screen. They're fighting over an acorn, and then Scrat breaks the ice, a classic move. Then, the giant Ice Age logo appeared, confirming a new movie. I was thrilled, especially since it means Scrat will return. There were some copyright issues in the Bach film regarding Scrat, but it looks like he's officially back. Shortly after, a video surfaced online with the original voices for Ellie, Manny, and Sid announcing that Ice Age 6 is in production. It's worth noting that, unfortunately, Blue Sky won't be producing this one. Missed Blue Sky already. Instead, Disney is handling it since they now own all character rights for the franchise. And here's some good news. Unlike the Bach movie, which was exclusive to Disney+, this one is going to theaters with a confirmed release year. Now, we have Baby Scrat, Ellie, Manny, Diego, Sid, and Bach all confirmed for the film. But we're left wondering if any other characters will be left out, like Brooke or Shira. Crash and Eddie seem likely to return since Ellie is back, but they haven't been officially confirmed. And I really hope Shira is included. I'm hoping for Shira and Diego to have cubs in Ice Age 6. That would be the perfect storyline, and I know many Ice Age fans are hoping for it too. It's the perfect time for Disney to make it happen, and think of all the toy sales for Shira and Diego's cubs, along with Baby Scrat. No wonder Disney is bringing him back for Ice Age 6. As a big fan of the Ice Age franchise, I sometimes wonder, is it really a good idea to bring another Ice Age movie? And my answer is yes. Ice Age is one of the few franchises that manages to maintain a steady level of quality. Sure, some movies are better than others, and maybe one film isn't as great as the last, but overall, let's be honest, it's consistently good. Ice Age has a lot of characters, with new ones introduced in almost every movie, and they've managed to give each one significant screen time and relevance to the story. Many franchises struggle with this, and I even made a video discussing how some sequels, like Toy Story 4 or Kung Fu Panda 4, introduce new characters who end up stealing the spotlight while beloved, familiar characters are left as mere sidekicks or even background figures, as happened in Toy Story 4. But that's not the case with Ice Age. They kept the balance, even in the Bach movie, where they managed to keep some focus on the original characters like Sid, Manny, Diego, and of course, Scrat, because, let's face it, they're what we love. Granted, the Bach movie had its own set of issues, but they still held onto the franchise's essence. If you're excited to see Ice Age 6 in theaters, comment here with hashtag Ice Age 6, and I'll drop a heart. I'm really hopeful that in Ice Age 6, the 7th movie in the franchise, if you count all the shorts in the Scrat series, they'll keep that high standard. And just the fact that it's coming to theaters already makes me feel more confident. It seemed like the Bach movie was thrown together in a rush, just because they now had the rights to Ice Age from Blue Sky and wanted to do something quick. It felt like they barely worked on it. So I truly believe that Ice Age 6 will have graphics similar to the 5th film, which looked great, and that they'll maintain high quality while giving the characters solid screen time. I'm sure they'll be relevant and impactful throughout this 6th film. However, despite all this, the critical reception of Ice Age has declined with each movie. According to Rotten Tomatoes, the ratings dropped with every release. But on the other hand, box office sales remain strong. Even with the drop in ratings for the 5th film, it still grossed over $400 million. Ice Age is a billion-dollar franchise. Now, if they really want Ice Age 6 to be the big success they're hoping for, they need to tap into nostalgia nostalgia. I've said it before, nostalgia works. But how? By bringing back characters from the first and second movies who haven't appeared since. For instance, in Kung Fu Panda, they tried to bring back Tai Lung, Lord Shin, and Kai, but didn't execute it well. In Toy Story 4, they brought back Bo Peep from the first two movies, after she wasn't in the third one. Now, who could return in Ice Age 6? Who's missed? The fans want the baby. The human baby from the first Ice Age. Bringing him back would take this movie to another level. Please, Disney, listen to us. Bring the kid back, whether he's older or grown up. Just bring him back. We love him, and he was only in the first movie. But nostalgia sells. Nostalgia works. Now comes the big question. Will the graphics be the same quality as in the Buck movie? I don't think so, especially since this is going to theaters. They're investing good money in this sequel, and it's Ice Age 6. They know it's the first Ice Age production they're creating specifically for the big screen. The Buck movie was made by Disney, not Blue Sky, and it was released on Disney+. The Baby Scratch series was actually produced by Blue Sky itself, and it was only posted on Disney+ because it was already finished. Now, Ice Age 6 is the first Ice Age movie that Disney is making for theaters. So, the graphics shouldn't look like they did in Buck. At least, I hope not, because it logically shouldn't. The quality should be at least as good as the fifth film or even better. Besides, Disney must have looked at the critiques for the Buck movie because that was a huge letdown for fans of the franchise. It was almost surreal. Another question up in the air, could Carlos Saldanha, the Brazilian director of Ice Age, return for this sequel? In a recent interview, he was asked whether there would be more Ice Age and if he would be involved. He said that it's not up to him anymore. If Disney invites him to direct, he'd probably return. But as of now, it's not in his hands. He directed the second and third Ice Age movies and was an executive producer on the fourth and fifth films. As for Ice Age 6, we still don't know. If Disney does invite him, he'll likely come back, and I'm really hoping for that to happen. Because, besides bringing back beloved characters after such a long time, Ice Age 5 was released in 2016, nearly 10 years ago. Bringing back the director would be a huge nostalgic boost. And if possible, even bringing back the original writers would be amazing since these professionals know the franchise better than anyone. I'm really hoping Carlos Saldanha returns, and I'd love to see it happen. But in the coming months, we'll find out if he's coming back or not. Now, the official release year for Ice Age 6 in theaters is 2026. Just 2 years away. Not such a long wait. 2 years is pretty quick for a classic film like this. I'm really excited, and I believe it'll be Disney's big animated release for that year, probably in November since Disney typically releases an animated movie every year, often in November. Although the exact month isn't confirmed yet, 2026 is official. My guess is November, but the big thing is that in 2026, besides Ice Age 6, we'll also have Super Mario Bros. 2, Shrek 5, Toy Story 5, and several other amazing sequels returning to theaters. Now it's your turn. Comment below on what you think about all this. What are you hoping for from Ice Age 6? And now, go ahead and click on one of these Ice Age videos here on the channel. There's one even better than the last covering the Ice Age universe. Click away. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one here on Cine Lover.